The tax preparer, known as the magician, pled guilty to orchestrating a massive tax fraud scheme that defrauded the IRS of $145 million. Operating from his Bronx-based company, ATAX, Alvarez was nicknamed the Magician by clients for seemingly making their tax liabilities vanish. This is one of the largest cases of individual tax fraud in U.S. history. Over several decades, go ahead.
You said you've met him before at a conference?
Yeah, he was working with Xero. I think Xero partnered with ATAX to offer Xero to all of their customers. And so Raphael was at the conferences speaking, and like extremely charming guy. Like, it's strange to have met a fraudster of this magnitude. And I can totally see how his charisma enabled him to do this for so long. But it wasn't sophisticated. Over several decades, he filed thousands of tax returns with falsified information, including fake deductions, business expenses, capital losses, and tax credits, and he secured inflated refunds for his clients. He recruited employees without legal status, intimidating them into participating in the scheme. Some were instructed to impersonate licensed tax preparers using their identification numbers. And when confronted by employees about these fraudulent activities, Alvarez would threaten them and implement policies preventing corrections. So he pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to defraud and steal government funds and 1 count of assisting in the preparation of a false tax return. He's going to pay that $145 million in restitution to the IRS. He agreed to do it. Who knows if he has the money. And he's going to also forfeit close to $12 million in fraudulent proceeds. So he facilitated $145 million in IRS losses, fraud, and he himself made $12 million. He is facing up to 8 years in prison and is scheduled for sentencing on April 11th.
If I remember before we spoke about ATAX in the past, individual franchises were being accused of helping to do questionable returns. It sounds like this is a rolled up, not a conspiracy, but when there's multiple people involved.
I mean, that, yeah.
I know the word. That's
not
what
a
they tried to get
conspiracy?
Trump on. They tried to get Trump on that. And they get the mob on that. What is the C word I'm looking for? Do you have a...
It's conspiracy, right?
It is conspiracy, but it's not the legal word they use. My goodness, how do they get the mob? They get the mob on that. It's not racketeering either.
Not racketeering? That's a good one. Collusion.
Collusion, that's the one.
Thank you, Rafi.
Yes.
Rafi says collusion. So ATAX was a franchise, but it wasn't the franchisees that got hit with this. It was Rafael Alvarez and his locations. Him. So I feel sorry for the franchisees because now they've got this brand name that's tainted by massive fraud.